Dollar Tree glasses on. Hold on for a second. So I betted a couple of my friends, see what my over-under was, that I was going to cry in the first minute or so, so bear with me. For me, basketball gave me an opportunity. Lifelong friendships, relationships. Basketball just didn't give me a game that I loved. It was that I was good at. Basketball gave me an entire life. Growing up, athletics wasn't non-existent in my family. I didn't grow up in a home where we rooted for sports teams, watched sports on TV, went to sporting events, or even played a game of backyard kickball. It wasn't until I met my friend and neighbor, Timmy Myers, which changed my life. He and his family were big into sports, especially basketball. While riding in the Myers family car, his dad, Bert, would often be listening to Big East basketball broadcasts on, if you're from this area, Big East used to be Saturday mornings, used to be on Channel 6 when it used to be on the radio. It's sounding thrilling to me. Now, mind you, Big East, remember that. Sounded thrilling to me listening to the Big East broadcast on Channel 6. I was very excited and interested. Soon, I started listening to and watching Big East basketball on my own. On most days, Timmy and I and Dennis King, another neighborhood friend, played basketball every day for hours. Both Dennis and Timmy families were very involved in basketball teams as well as the basketball development. Unfortunately, I didn't have that same situation. Without hesitation, Bert and Lucy Myers took me under their wing and treated me like their own son. They cared for me, took me to tournaments, paid for everything, and got me involved in everything that I could, along with Ralph and Susan King. The Myers and King family mean the world to me, and I am forever grateful for their assistance, guidance, and love. I would not be in this position today if it wasn't for them, especially Timmy. They gave me an opportunity to play and love the game. Timmy and Dennis, thank you for taking me in as your friend and sharing your families with me. Growing up, I always heard stories about Pat Riley and Barry Kramer. I was lucky enough to meet Barry and talk with him several times. His grandson, Colin, played travel basketball with my son, Gavin, in Niskuna. Very sorry for the loss for Mrs. Kramer, Lisa, and Colin. I remember trying out for CYO basketball for the first time. I believe it was 6th grade. I wore camouflage pants, not shorts, to the tryouts. I made the team, unbelievably. After playing at St. Paul's CYO in Schenectady, I attended Lytton High School, where I was a 4-year varsity player under Cal Wheeler. My freshman year, I played 10 games on the JV level with Coach Mark Sawsville, that was his first coaching job, who later became a state championship coach. I got moved up to varsity after 10 games on JV. I started the first game when I got moved up, which the seniors weren't happy with. But I played with a mentality that I was the strongest and toughest person on the floor, including practice. I would literally say this to myself every time I took the floor. My sophomore year, they combined the sports, Lytton and Mount Pleasant. My senior year, which was 1993, they combined both schools. Some of the awards I received, which I feel awkward saying because I'm some of the awards that I received was I was first team junior and senior year. I was first Big Ten first team. Schenectady Gazette my junior year, being named Player of the Year by the Schenectady Gazette my senior year. And I know I saw Willie Dean and James Thomas. Where are you guys at? Oh, there they are. Just so you know, I was the first 1,000-point scorer at Schenectady High, so you know. My senior year, we were 5-15 entering sectionals. First game was against Shen, which I had a last-second mid-range jump shot to win the game. The second game was against Troy at Hudson Valley. I had a last-second foul shot to win the game, which brought us to Glens Falls Civic Center, which we would eventually lose to Albany High, which I believe they won the state championship that year. When I was 15, I started to play AAU basketball for Anaconda Sports, which there was only one AAU team around here. The coach was Hall of Fame coach Bill Curvin. With a chance to play AAU, I was able to see how I matched up against talented players from around the northeast part of the country. My junior year, I played AAU basketball for Jim Curcio. We had 5 scholarship players, including myself, on the team. Joe Taylor went to Marist, Antonio Weich went to Notre Dame, Devonair Dees went to Florida State, Antonio Delgado went to Colgate, Antonio, which is the lieutenant governor at this time. It was also during this time in my life where I met a cheerleader named Kelly McCutcheon through basketball. We started dating and then when we were 16, and we've been together for 35 years. After high school, I was lucky enough to be recruited by legendary coaches, Hall of Famers, Brian Beery and Don Bassett, who is right over there. Everyone knows who Don Bassett is, I imagine, in this room. I wouldn't have been able to attend college if it wasn't for these 2 guys. They gave me a team, family, and my best friends, and memories I'll cherish forever, and experiences I would never have, but mostly an opportunity. During my career at St. Rose, we were 101-25. My freshman year, we were 19-10. I got no burn at all. We had 8 freshmen at the time. My sophomore year, which I was the 6th man, we went 25-6 and lost the first round of the NCAA tournament. My junior year, I started 10-plus games, and we were 28-4, and we made it to the Elite 8 and lost to Virginia Union, which had Ben Wallace on the team. I had 2 points against Ben Wallace, my claim to fame. My senior year, we were ranked number 2 in the country all year. I started the first half of the season, and we were 29-5 and lost in the Sweet 16. My senior year, we lost our 5 games with a combined 12 points and 3 overtimes. I was a team captain for 3 years. My sophomore, junior, and senior year, we were ranked in the top 10 in the country. Having the mentality of being the toughest and strongest person on the court did get me in trouble 1 or 2 times on the court. My junior year at St. Rose during the summer, I don't know if Coach Bassett remembers this, we went to Cuba. We drove to Canada, flew out of Canada and went to Cuba, and we played their national team. We were there for a week. It was during one of the games when I started to get into a shoving match with a guy that was built like Anthony Mason, if you guys remember him from the Knicks. Beery promptly called a timeout, probably saving my life, and said to me, "What the are you thinking? We're in a communist country." I thought it was the, oh man, already?
Already.
Jesus. All right. I don't know, I'm 280 pounds running. After graduating from St. Rose in May of '97, I got a degree in business and marketing, and I got a 3.0. A little background about grades. It took me several times to get a respectable score on my SAT. When I was going through the process, anyone that knows Coach Bassett, he's good with one-liners. Going through the process when they were recruiting me, he said to me, "You know you get 250 points for spelling your name right." I said, shit, maybe I spelled my name wrong. That wasn't, but that wasn't the case. With that, all right, I got a couple. All right. I want to thank a couple people in the room. Coach Hood, who's always looked after my two boys. He's a motivator, and I appreciate it. All right. Last thing I want to say is if my wife Kelly could stand for a second. The one person that's been by my side since the beginning is my wife, Kelly. Started dating in high school, and through the years, our relationship grew an unbreakable bond. Through our ups and downs in a young relationship, we have grown together to create a beautiful life with 3 amazing, healthy children. All that does not happen if it wasn't for Kelly and her loving nature and support. I love you with all my heart and forever remember what you have done for me and the amazing mother you have been to our 3 children. Thank you to Rennie and Bob for the nomination and support. Thank you very much.